Mm. Oh, hello. I have no idea. I don't know where Dusty is, and I think I probably missed a message, so I'm going to check on that. Um, so, hello, I'm here, and I thought that I was done with these. What are they called? The diamond art things, and I didn't have any more. I worked on my last one last week. I couldn't stand it because they are so much fun. So I ordered some on Sunday evening from Amazon, and they three of them came yesterday, and three of them are coming today. So I ordered these cute little chicky ladies. I don't know what they are, but they're so cute. And then I have a couple of more that has like the different little chicky ladies. Hi, John. And I ordered one Christmas gnome. So I'm going to do the Christmas gnome one too. But I really don't know what I'm going to do with these. My friends, well, I've been asked, what are you going to do with those when you're done with them? And I'm like, I have no idea. I'll think of something. But I don't know. I have been really loving doing them. And I am extremely still shocked at how relaxing this is and how you could just putz away time and listen to whatever you want on YouTube. Listening to what you call it, news and stuff. I've been doing that, whatever I want, just listening to stuff and having it in the background, online auctions and whatnot. Um, and then just kind of like doing this. And it really is very addicting. And nothing is getting done in the house, absolutely nothing. And I do have to work around that though. I have to become way better at making sure that something gets done because this is more fun to do than anything. Oh, hi, Annie. I have no idea where Dusty is. I'm gonna check my messages actually because maybe she sent me something. She's always here way before me. So unless you happen to know what she's doing today, and yes, I am still doing another one, a brand new little chicky lady thing. And do you want to come on for a little bit? That's okay. I have to run errands with Mama. Oh, okay, okay. I was just going to say if you wanted to pop in for a little bit, I probably won't stay on very long if it's just me by myself. Um, but I just want to give a chance for people to come and say hello, that kind of thing. It's not like I don't have anything else to do, and like I was just saying, this has taken over like pretty much everything that I do because I enjoy it so much. So there's that. Let's see. How was everybody's weekend? That's another good thing. Our weekend was actually quite lovely. Haven't heard from Dusty to say him. Oh my goodness. Okay. Maybe she is just sleeping in because I know she had her retreat thingy for the day or whatever it was over the weekend for her crafting ladies. So yeah, maybe she is just sleeping. And like I said, I'm going to give this about a half hour and see if she pops in. And if not, then I'll have to go and clean something because I haven't done anything all morning except for this, and I've been actually playing with this since 8 o'clock this morning. Um, so there's that. But yeah, our weekend was pretty easy. Oh, hi Barbie, hello. We have no idea where Dusty is at the moment. We're just hoping she's asleep, which she just may be. I wonder, you know what? Let me check and see if she did send me anything just for the heck of it, really quick. 'Cause sometimes she just, messengers, and I don't always get in there to read all my messenger stuff, which I should. Nope, nothing. So she could possibly be asleep, like you said. Or maybe she's out. Maybe she went out and her car got a flat tire and she's stuck outside somewhere for a bit getting that fixed and whatnot. So it could be anything. I'm hoping it's something not terrible. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully she'll be able to let us know soon. But we'll give it a chance. And then I'll do these. Um, okay, okay, you have the link by 9:30 when we're on. Okay. I actually didn't even know that, but that makes sense. Okay. I'm gonna try and not because you know what I've been listening to lately too. Usually I already read that. Um this probably will sound weird, but I came across, tell me if you have too, the singing bowl thing. I had no idea what a singing bowl was. And so I clicked on that to listen to it. Okay, okay, that makes sense. Maybe there's a big sale somewhere, and if that's the case, I would not even bother to interrupt her. Hello, Jennifer. Hello. We're wondering if Dusty's going to come today. But I've been putting on in the background, having on that singing bowl music, and then they have all these little different bowls like sitting around and stuff. And then he has a giant, I guess in school we had these little rain sticks and stuff, but um, this one that I liked to watch, he had a giant one, and the way he did it, it sounded beautiful. So I've been actually putting some of that on in the background and just kind of like relaxing and doing this, and it is just so nice, so nice. So yeah, I don't really have anything interesting going on except that I couldn't stand it anymore and I had to order some more of these things for myself. I was considering looking and seeing if I can order them wholesale also, because then I would obviously get a better price for them and I can order more of them. And then if anybody wants them, do something like that. But yeah, I'm going to look into it and see if I can get these wholesale as well, because I think that would be really, really cool and get different, many, many different designs. Lately, I've been really liking gnomes, actually, probably for about a year. I guess it's not just recently, but yeah, I've been really liking gnomes, and they seem to be a thing now, which is fine, I suppose. But when I was younger, I did not like gnomes. I thought they were stupid. And who would want something like that in their gardens and stuff? You know how people do it. And our son was, since he was little, he's 21 now and in the army. I've mentioned that way before. And so when he was little, he had this thing about gnomes. He liked everything to do with gnomes and those little gnome sticky things. Timu is real. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Barbie, thank you. Yeah, I didn't even think about Temu. I've never ordered from them. You got some, but have not looked at them yet. Oh, okay. Yeah, I have no idea. I have never ordered from Temu yet. Emu, Temu. Yeah, I haven't ordered anything from them yet. I probably should just kind of look and see what they've got going on, because I haven't. I haven't looked at them at all. But yeah, all the gnome stuff. My son, since he was little, was very intrigued by gnomes, and then I started to look at them a little bit differently and think, you know what, they are really quite cute, because some of them are really scary, but no, they're adorable. But the gnome one that I'm looking, I saw somebody show one with a bunch of sunflowers and stuff. I love sunflowers, love them. So I would like to order some of those. And then I saw some Christmassy ones too. So I don't know. What suggestions do you have? What do you do with it? Barbie, do you do anything with them? And how many have you done? Have you done quite a few of these in the past? Or are you just kind of like new into this like I am? Because I've only been doing this for the past couple of weeks. And I was going to try and do something different today, but these lady little chickie things are so, so, so cute. I was like, no, I got to start doing this today. I just have to. So that's what I've been, like I said, I've been doing this all morning. So have you done quite a few of the diamond art? You have done 0. Oh, okay. So you're brand new too. Okay. Once you start though, oh my gosh, nothing's gonna matter anymore once you start doing these. I tell you. Just having a sip of what's left of my coffee here. Yeah, yeah, you're gonna say, oh well, that's not so important. Oh, the dishes can wait until later, and I hope to start soon. I got a lot and magnifying thingy. Ooh, the wax comes in them. So I have a bunch of these things sitting here now, and they come with these little packets with the little holders in them. Oh, these are stuck together. But anyway, they come with the little holder, and then there's actually wax inside of all of them, because I didn't know what to do with those either. But you have done stickers and keychains. I just started, and I love it. Yes, hi, Miss Southern Belle. Yeah, see, it's I don't know, it's an extremely addicting thing. And as I was looking around, they have there's a whole world of the diamond art stuff, and they actually, you'll have to open a packet. Yes, you will. they have really nice ones of these. These are just like the old cheapos and things that come with it, which is fine because like I said, I know nothing really much about that. And there are some that are really fancy and ergonomic, and not just a little straight straw. Basically, is what this is. That you can hold on to really nice. And so I was like, ooh, I'm gonna probably want to do that. Get myself a fancy little, I don't know, what do you call this? Diamond dot dipper. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. So I would like that doesn't hurt my fingers because doing it after a long time, it gets just a teensy weensy little sore. I got one of these stick pen things with a blood. Oh, there's a bill. That's yes. You know what? That's right. I just saw that this morning. I was shocked to see that there's little lights in these, which makes things a lot easier. Because right now I do not have my ring light on, but when I do put that on, you gone wild doing diamond painting and you got friends doing it. Oh, see, I've been telling everybody I know as well to do it, and my sister and my one girlfriend for sure, that we grew up together. And my girlfriend's a nurse, and my sister works in. Oh, and you found that on Team. Oh, really? She's a payroll manager. So both of them are very, very stressed in their jobs, quite a bit. And I told them, I said, "Oh my gosh, with seeing how relaxing this is." So my sister is going to actually give it a try and see if it does kind of help, to relieve some of her stress to where she could just sit and, listen. But yeah, well, I've been listening, like I said, to those Tibetan singing bowls. It is just so relaxing. And I don't know if anybody would want me to put that on in the background very light or very quietly, but it is extremely relaxing to listen to that. Oh my, it makes her afraid to start. That's so funny. Yeah, I could see how it could make you afraid to start, but you know, there's nothing wrong with actually getting started, and I don't think there's any way that you would not like it. Mirrored. Okay, no, this is backwards. I just realized that my camera is opposite. This is my left side, and then this is the right, and it's opposite. That's okay. That's all right. And I'm waiting for my Walmart. I ordered some groceries. I love the fact that you don't have to look for the colors. Yes, they're all individually packaged. Beautiful, beautiful. Yes, I'm with you on that as well. They're all packaged and they tell you exactly where to put them. And yeah, this is really kind of cool. It definitely is a different way of doing a paint by number. When I was a kid growing up, I always, oh my gosh, every week my parents, this was in the 70s, we used to go grocery shopping every Tuesday because that was the day my dad got paid. So every Tuesday we would go grocery shopping, and my sister and I were allowed to get something every week. My dad was really nice about that. So the things that we would get every week would be something fun. So I always liked to get I liked to get the what you call it, the paint by numbers, because I just love doing it. And then we were each allowed to pick out, you make cat dog magnets. Oh, that oh, they sell these in magnets too. That I didn't see yet. I know there's coasters I saw because oh gosh, Annie. Annie Loves Crafts. I think she's the one that does, she was doing some coasters and they're really, really pretty. And I saw some keychains, but I did not see magnets yet. So we got to each get a candy, a cereal, and then something for fun. So every Tuesday, um, I would get my own box of cereal. And most of the time, almost always, I got honeycomb because that was my favorite. And I can't even remember what my sister would get because she sometimes changed hers up. And then they had giant king size Baby Yoda coaster and a Baby Yoda ornament, so they are small. Oh, cute! Very cute. Gigantic. They're like this big, literally, of candy bars. And like I said, I don't know where they are today, if or even if they sell them anymore. But my thing was Nestle Crunch. I used to just love to like do that to it after it's been in the refrigerator and just kind of nibble on it and make shavings out of the chocolate. Oh my goodness, that was so good. So yeah, those are the three things that we got every single week. And I don't know. I don't know. I'm really surprised as I think about it now because a lot of parents won't, let you get something every single week because they can get expensive. But I guess we bought food except for one, thing like the paint by number and it's, stuff like that. So that was okay. I don't remember what my candy bar my sister got either. I'm gonna have to ask her that if she even remembers. But yeah, that was our Tuesday shopping. Only once in a blue moon, my sister and I would want to stay home with our babysitter because she was a lot of fun, and especially if she was going out on a date, because we used to love watching her put on her makeup um, for a date, or if they were going bowling, or something like that as teenagers. So it was really quite fun watching her put on her makeup. And the one that sticks out in my mind is green, the real deep green color that I guess in the 70s you wore a color all over your whole eyelid and green, but it looked nice on her. I mean, at that time, of course, we thought it was amazing because we were little. She's at least 12 years older than we are, I think. Oh, wait. Yeah, about 12 years older than we are. That's right. So that's that was our how did I get on that subject actually? I don't know. I really have no clue how I got on that subject of things we used to want to get. It doesn't matter. My train of thought goes everywhere anyway. Oh, here's some more number twos. I cannot wait until these little guys are done. They're going to be so adorable. This one I don't think I'll finish it today. I'm sure going to try, but that means I won't be able to do anything else around the house. And I don't know. I'll have to cook dinner, I guess, when my husband gets home. So I guess I will have to stop eventually. Working on this today. There's no other number twos there. So yeah, you got cancer keychain to do for act. Oh, that's a good idea. Oh my goodness. I didn't know that they had those either. So you saw this on Temu? Belle? Yeah, Baby Yoda. Baby Yoda is cute. Very, very cute. I think it's adorable. I didn't see anything that last. Let me think. The last movie, I guess. Make sure you stand up every hour. You know what? And I don't. You're right. Sometimes I just want to sit here and do this, and my legs will start to hurt. And then I get scared and I think, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get blood clots and all of that. So I even kind of like sometimes just jiggle my legs. Standing up is better. Like, going to get, fresh water, but I have my water right here. Oh, you can't see it. You buy Amazon only. Okay. I am old as dirt, but love me some Baby Yoda. You're funny, Barbie. You're funny. Yeah, so far I've only gotten these on Amazon, only because that's where I knew to get them. So that's where I got mine as well. So I wondered, anybody here like do these more often than us beginners? I was thinking of, making doing a frame because I know Dusty did one for her husband, and she put she matted around this really nice to put into a frame. So that's pretty much all I think I be able to do. And then I don't know. I did see on Whatnot some time ago, um, probably at least 6 months ago. I came across one lady's auction, and she was selling hers because she loved to do them so much. She would sell hers, framed or unframed, to people that wanted them that were already done and didn't want to bother doing this. So I did see that, and maybe some people would like it. And it's like, okay, fine, this is what I paid for it, and you can buy it for whatever. So there is that idea. So I was just wondering if anybody else does that. You'll use a gift card buying other places. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that makes sense too, like a Hobby Lobby one or a Joann's and stuff like that. I don't know if Joann's sells them. They might. I haven't looked. I haven't been in a Joann's in a while. Um, oh, Christmas wreath. There's a Christmas wreath one. Oh my goodness. And probably getting Christmas stuff. That's why I got the one Christmas gnome, because I was thinking, well, getting Christmas stuff now probably is a good idea because it'll all be out before Halloween even gets here. And then you lose the whole Christmas, especially if you wanted to give, away as a gift or something and turn it into a pretty framed photo. But yeah, Christmas is a good idea for the Christmas wreath. Oh, really stunning. Oh, I bet it is. I bet it is. And I really wish I remembered who the lady was on Whatnot. I probably can just type in diamond art painting. I think I will do that because I wanted to find her again and see what else she was doing just out of curiosity, because I didn't find her more than that one day when I was watching what she was doing. but I bet if I type that in, I can find her again. But she had so many of them hanging, and obviously she was working on one. You got a Christmas house that has a little stand. It looks like a copy of maybe, oh, a Bradford Exchange thing. Oh, I bet you, yes. Yeah, I used to work at the Bradford Exchange. I worked there in the 80s in the product development department, and I loved it because I got to work directly with the artists because they would send in their paintings like the Thomas Kincaid and, Terry Redlin, the bigger ones like that. And if there were any adjustments that the program managers needed done, I would have to send them the letter and whatnot and ask them to, can you tweak this or tweak that? But Lena Lou, she never had to fix any of hers, and she wasn't going to either because she paints on silk. So anything that we got from Lena Lou never ever had to be adjusted at all because her work is just so beautiful. And the paintings that she did on silk were just unbelievable to see in person. You love the Bradford Exchange. Yeah, I loved it there too. And we would do focus groups and, give ideas to new plates. And you know how you do a focus group to survey the people. The wolf plates. Oh, okay. You collected a lot of the wildlife. Yeah, that trying to think of whose department that was or whose programs those were. I can't remember anymore because that was, like I said, in the 80s, because each program manager had their set amount of Lena Lou. Oh, she did do. Yes, she did the hummingbirds, and hers looks. Her stuff is so dreamy looking, very, very beautiful. So yes, Lena Lou did the hummingbirds, and you could definitely tell the difference in the paintings as opposed to Terry Redlin or Thomas Kincaid. And then Nate Giorgio, he used to do Elvis paintings. He did his. Oh my gosh, he did was the wolf artist. That could very well be. I have to think because I used to take care of the slide room, meaning any artists that we wanted to commission their work possibly in the future. I had all these slide cabinets. And so all the slides, I would have to label them what the artist is and what genre they were in and put all the different slides in the slide room so that, when the program managers wanted to go down there and look at them, they can see, or sometimes they would even ask me to, pick roosters or whatever, can you find some of the really good artists who do roosters for me, Anne Marie, and stuff like that. So I would do that. But Nate Giorgio used to do, and his were just so amazing. I always wanted to buy one of his paintings. And I even asked Thomas Kincaid if he sold his paintings. And no, he does not. He did not save them. He did sell a couple in the beginning of his career that he regretted, but though he didn't sell any of them because he wanted them for his children. And the addresses and the names of the streets and stuff in there are like his children's birthdays and their names and stuff. So he incorporated them into his paintings with their birthdays and such. So I thought that was pretty interesting. Oh, you have to run. It was fun seeing your excitement. Oh, take care, Barbie D and host. Oh, thank you. Okay, Miss Southern Belle. So yeah, that was my Bradford Exchange time, and I really, really, really loved it. I do miss it still, but I'm positive it's run totally differently today because that was, again, 80s, so long ago. What was really nice about working in the building, we all had like cubicles and there was different levels in there, the way it was, and throughout the whole company, we had all skylights. The whole company was made. The building is skylights everywhere, and a river. So the river had rocks and a running waterfall, and palm trees, and they would grow up to the ceiling, to the to the lights. To the oh gosh, the sky roofs, the greenhouse look kind of a thing. And just sitting there and working and hearing this running water and just being around the pretty trees and stuff. It was directly behind me. I got to actually sit like on the river in my where I sat. Yeah, it was a beautiful place to work as far as that goes, with having the river run through the whole place and everything. Very nice. Again, I do miss it though. So there is a funny story though. On my very first, it was really amazing, Barbie. Yeah, they're in Niles, Illinois. My first day of starting that job in Niles. So this is a kind of a funny story. Well, it is funny. So they're in Niles, Illinois, and in Niles, the police there, the different suburbs and stuff, the police are kind of like different in the areas, and some are just more than others. that will get you for anything. I mean, if you put a blinker on and turn right, but you had it on left, you know, I'm exaggerating, of course, but Niles police were like that. They would catch you for anything going through their little city. So on my first day of work at the Bradford Exchange, I had a green car, and actually I missed that car. I loved it. It had, you know, years ago when we used to keep our rust buckets, basically, underneath the back floor on the driver's side, my floor was missing. Under there, it rusted all out. So I had the carpeting over that, and there was some on the right. So yeah, some of my floor was missing in the car and everything, and it was missing a muffler. Well, on my way to work for the first day, I went through Niles because I had to go up Milwaukee Avenue to get to my job. And so I didn't even notice behind me, but then I pulled into my parking lot, you know, and parked the car and stuff, and there was a cop behind me. I was like, oh, that's weird. And he came to the window and he said, well, he goes, can I have your driver's license? And I'm like, well, yeah. I said, I'm going to my work here, my first day of work. And he said, well, he goes, I don't think you're going to work today. And I was like, what? Why? Well, first of all, I got a ticket for the muffler because I couldn't afford to put a muffler on the car yet. So it was kind of loud. So that was the reason he stopped me. But then they do the license plates and stuff like that. And way back in the 80s, early 80s is when all of these emission tests started, to where you had to have your car, here they call it, oh, I forgot what they call it here in Texas. Anyway, so you had to have your car, the emission test done before you can renew the city sticker. So that was all brand new back then. Well, he said, your license is suspended, so I can't allow you to drive. And I was like, my license is not suspended. I've never let that happen before. And he's like, ma'am, he said, it is suspended. And I said, no, it's not. And I wasn't being mean or anything because I didn't want to get, you know, arrested anyhow. So I said, no, I said, I'm not. And he said, well, your license is suspended for failure to get your emissions test done. And he said that you were sent 3 notices. And I told him, I said, no, I never got one notice. So if they sent me 3 notices, I didn't see any of them, which I didn't. It was true. I said, I didn't receive anything about an emissions test to get it done. So obviously I did not get it done. So he's like, well, ma'am, he goes, you were driving with a suspended license and your muffler, etc. So he said, I'm going to have to arrest you. And I was like, this is my first day of work. What am I supposed to do here? And he says, and I said, well, I was going to take my car home or what. He's like, well, no, you can't drive. And I thought, oh, that's just dandy. So I said, well, I need to at least let my, you know, the person know that I was supposed to report to today that I cannot make it in on the first day of work. So I know it was awful. So I had to call, you know, the lady, and I was like, I'm sorry. I couldn't call her though, because we didn't have cell phones back then. So I couldn't call her until I got to the police station. So not only did she think I was late, now I'm arrested in the parking lot of my new job. So I asked him, I said, do you really need to put the handcuffs on me? And he was very nice, which surprised me because, like I said, the Niles police, they catch you for everything. And he said, well, he was like, I really kind of don't think you're a flight risk. And I said, no, where am I going to go? And I said, well, do I have to sit in the back? And he said, well, yeah, you have to sit in the back, because I didn't want to sit back there. So he said, yeah, you'll have to get in and we'll have to go to the police station. And so I had to call my parents to bail me out. And I couldn't drive my car until I got my license unsuspended. So I had to get that taken care of. And it was $90 to get me out. And I said, do I have to sit in a cell? And he said, no. He goes, you could wait out here, you know, again, because I was not a flight risk by any means. So the lady who was their receptionist or whatever, she was really nice to me too. And we just kind of sat there chatting. So I called my parents, which they never expected my sister or me to ever get arrested for anything, because we just weren't those kind of kids. And I called my mom and I was like, Mom, you and Dad have to come and get me, because my mom didn't drive. She's, 50s thing. She was, that the 50s housewife. So she didn't drive. And I was like, Mom, tell Daddy, you guys got to come and get me out. And, here's why I'm, sitting here in, the jail and, or the police station. And this is why I got arrested. So my dad had to help me. We had to get the muffler fixed. And we had to go to In Chicago, it's called Elston. So when you say Elston, everybody knows that's the DMV because that's where it is. And it's a big DMV, and you're in line for hours there always. So we had to go to Elston to get my license fixed and unsuspended, and proof of getting the emission test done and getting the muffler fixed. So that's what we did for the whole rest of the day and got all that taken care of. Oh, you're at one of your scrapbooking things. Oh, okay. Your mom didn't expect you to be arrested for anything either, Barbie? No. Yeah, no, we were my sister and I were pretty easy. We were just kind of like mellow, and actually our brother was really too. We weren't really we weren't overly defiant, and I think the worst thing was when I was in 8th grade and Sean Cassidy was the big thing. My one girlfriend from I was in 8th grade, and she got a ticket for me to go, and I wanted to go so badly, and I couldn't go to the Sean Cassidy concert with her. So I cried for a very long time, and I was so mad at my parents. And Sean Cassidy, nothing was going to happen in Sean Cassidy's concert. Your dork, I totally forgot to message you. Oh, okay, that's fine. At least we know you're okay, because we were curious, as to Annie thought you were sleeping possibly. So yeah, I didn't get to go see Sean Cassidy, and so that was pretty much I guess, the worst of everything, because we were pretty good, kids, I guess. You drove all over the place before you were even old enough to have a license. Bad, I know, but back then things were different. Yeah, yeah, they were. They really were. And no seat belts. I remember that because you would cut the seat belts out of the car because they were a nuisance. So we never had to wear seat belts. But then we had the couch seats, the ones where when the bucket seat thing started, I was like, "Ooh, I kind of don't like that," because I do remember when bucket seats started. That's how old I am as well. And it would be fun because we used to sit, put in a ton of people in the car. So in the early 80s and stuff, at that time, oh no, it was even before that. Yeah, early 80s. Roller skating was a big thing with 4 wheels. Okay. So there was a roller skating rink that everybody always went to every weekend. So when we were old enough to go alone, my dad would drop all of us off, our friends and us, and we would be sitting on each other. A standard. Oh, yes, yes, the standard. My dad tried to teach us that too, but we were in Chicago, so there was really no place that we could do that unless we went to Wisconsin, when we went to visit his family, that we got to drive on the farm. Yeah, that was fun. Yep, you had to go where there was no people. I forgot what I was saying. Oh, to pile everybody in the car. So my dad had a Ford Maverick, and it was only a 2-door. I don't know how many of us were in there, but as we were all like peeling ourselves off of each other going into the to go roller skating, we were getting stared at because it was like a clown car that day. I think there was at least 10 of us in there, but of course my dad's the driver, but I think there was at least 10 of us that were stuffed in the front seat and the back seat. And back then you didn't get stopped for having everybody like that because, like I said, you didn't have to wear your seatbelts or nothing. So we were always able to do stuff like, I know the Mavericks were. My dad, we had a 2-door and a 4-door. We had a red one and a blue one. The Mavericks, that was actually one of my dad's favorite cars to have because they were easy to maintain. Everything was way more mechanical way back then. And today, all these computers and everything and stuff. So way back then, he was able to fix his own vehicles and, stuff like that. But the Mavericks were really good. And the first Maverick I saw recently, about a year ago, I had to look twice because now they're like a mini pickup truck. They totally changed the complete design of a Ford Maverick. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I want a Maverick. But it's not the same because it's not the same type of Maverick. But it's just the nostalgia of the name of it because those were our main vehicles when we were little because my dad really liked those. So there was that. But yeah, that was my arresting story, and I never let that happen again. Needless to say. Inspection, that's what it's called here in Texas. Inspection. You had Datsuns. Oh gosh, okay. Yeah, we were mainly a Ford family. We had Ford Fairlanes. We had 2 of those. We did have 2 Dodge Darts. We did, and they were both yellow like lemons. We had a Tornado, which was our first Our first car with air conditioning. My father got a big, gigantic maroon Toronado, and it had the little buttons for the windows. They were electric windows. Oh my gosh, my sister and I thought we were rich beyond belief when, yeah, we had, yeah, the inspections every year. Yes. And here in Texas, same thing. And we thought that was like it. We've arrived because we got this Toronado that, but boy, was it a gas guzzler. We didn't really drive it very long because it really took a lot of gas. So that didn't last very long. And then we had a little Rabbit because my brother bought a Rabbit, and then he bought himself a different car, and then he gave my dad the Rabbit, and that one was tricky. The Rabbit was really small, as you can imagine, it being called a Rabbit, a Volkswagen Rabbit. And we used to go grocery shopping in there with me, my sister, our grandmother, and my mom and my dad, and then the groceries. And most of the time, a lady friend of my mom's who couldn't drive, her husband already passed away, or you can't remember if it was a Maverick or a Datsun. Yeah, Dodge is a Datsun, and Ford is a Maverick. And so we would have our mom's lady friend go with us. Sometimes we would just pick up stuff for my grandmother. But being in that Rabbit, oh my goodness, we were sardines with 5 of us in there, plus groceries for 2 households. And well, whatever my grandmother wanted, like I said, when we would take my mom's friend with us. So that was really something. And I think, let's see, we had a station wagon. It was a big blue station wagon. That car couldn't go uphill, and it had no reverse. Having cars in the 70s and early 80s was very interesting because, if the car didn't have reverse, you just made sure that you didn't have to back up when you parked, stuff like that. So we were using the station wagon for quite a bit and not being able to reverse it. It was tricky, but we did it. And then my sister was using it one day. And not my sister, my dad, we were all in it. That's what it was, because we were going grocery shopping. So we had to go over a little bridge because the street underneath. And so we would go over the bridge for the through traffic underneath. And as we were going up this bridge, it was a small bridge. So we got to the top of that really nice, and we coasted down. And then we got to the second one because there was 2 of them, 2 big streets. And when we got to the second one, that one was just a little bit taller, and we didn't make it. We got stuck halfway up the bridge, and my dad had to put on the emergency brake and stuff because we were going to roll backwards into people. So that was rough. And I think we pushed it. We all had to push it or something. That was back in the days too, when you actually pushed your vehicles everywhere they wanted to go when they wouldn't run. So we had to push that over the bridge while my dad was in it because he had a steer and none of us could drive, right? So we're all pushing the vehicle to get over the bridge so my dad can coast down it. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we have some stories about cars way back then, but they are very different now. And with this keyless stuff, I'm not really fond of the keyless entry still, because if your battery is dead and you are out someplace, what do? If your battery is dead, you're going to have to find a store, get a tow truck or something. Nothing like today. We made do. Exactly. Yes. We made do. That's exactly right. And we sure did. Oh my goodness. The cars that we had were just, but it's as horrible as it may sound to people that are younger today, because for them it's totally different. It's still like, oh my gosh, those were some of the best times, when you were young and, had to struggle through things. And those are the things that you remember most. And, I don't know. I do miss our cars. We just got our first keyless rig last year. Yes, I'm not used to it. I've got my first keyless car as well. A few years ago, I got a Honda Pilot, and the keyless thing does freak me out still. I'm not really fond of that at all. I really don't care for it. And on the console, I don't have that stick thing anymore to where you can, go to, drive and all that. So you have to just push the buttons. And to me, that's a dangerous thing to have those buttons there, because I always put my purse to my side. And now it's kind of hard to do that. I have to put it on the seat next to me or on the floor in front of, if my husband or anybody is with me, because I'm afraid I'm going to press one of the buttons and then end up, stopping the car, accident or something. But yeah, I'm not really happy with this keyless stuff. It's not something I would rather have a key, an actual key. And if they would make it to where you had a backup actual key that you can use in case your battery is dead on your key, the fob or whatever, that you can still start your car and go. So I'm not a fan. Not a fan at all. Oops, I lost one of my little doohickeys. I don't know where it went. It's under here somewhere. Oh, there it went. This is my this right here, this little white boat. This is of the singles that I find that I drop places. You had a Pinto. Oh my gosh, so did we. Oh, I totally forgot about those. We had that one that looked like a spaceship. Yeah, the Pinto. That thing. Okay, Barbie, I'm here. We did too. We had the Pinto, and then we had two of the different ones. What was the other one called? We had the one that looked like a spaceship, and then we had a Pinto. I can't think of what the other one was called, but it looked just like that. In the back, to open it, it was huge back there because it was a hatchback. I totally forgot about Pintos. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we actually had two like that, two cars like that. And it quit running. So my dad just left it where it was and abandoned it because he worked extremely hard to keep that car running. And finally he's like, you know what? I'm done with it. So he just left it where it stopped and called it a day. So that car he totally abandoned. I forgot about that now that you mentioned, the Pinto, because that was just so funny that we abandoned one of our cars because there was nothing more he could do, and he definitely didn't want to put any more money or time into fixing it because it just kept breaking at some point. I don't even know what years some of this was. The oldest cars we had were in the 60s, the 60s, the Ford Fairlane and the Dodge Darts. Those were from the 60s as well, but those were really, really cool cars the way they were. And you had to roll down your own window back then. And yeah, there was no air conditioning in the cars. And when power steering became a thing, that was just a godsend to actually have power steering, because driving with no power steering is not an easy task at all. So I don't know how we got on the 70s nostalgia stuff, but anyway, I think it all stemmed from me getting arrested on my first day of the job at the Bradford Exchange. So yeah, it was Barbie who started it with the Bradford Exchange. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So there was that. But I stayed there for years, and because I really enjoyed it. I did like that job a whole lot. And especially doing the focus groups. That part of the job I loved very much. It was so much fun to do. A lot of setup and stuff when you take, like in a hotel or event, not the conference rooms. That's basically what I'm trying to say, the hotel conference rooms and stuff. When you had it off site, all of that had to be set up in advance with all the questionnaires and everything. But I really loved it. I sure did. So those days are gone. Oh, I got to move this over a little bit. Well, I guess I heard my doorbell go off, so my groceries got delivered. But not the ones I wanted. I was trying to actually get, I don't know if anybody's heard of Dave's Killer Bread. It's really quite one of the healthier breads. And the story behind it, you should go to the website, Dave's Killer Bread's website, and read his story and why and how he got started and who he has working for him. It's a really, really, really good story. Really good story. So I ordered 2 loaves of the bread in case one loaf wasn't available, because I shut off when I order from Walmart. I shut off the substitutions because I learned the hard way. If you leave the substitutions on, they'll substitute something if it's not in stock, but it's a gamble as to what they're going to substitute it with, because it may not even be in the same product family. So, and that happened to me. They substituted something and I got a package of cheese for the substitution when it wasn't even a deli item that they substituted or something. It was really weird. So there was 2 things in that order. I can't remember what the second one was. And I thought, ooh, I don't think I care for that at all. So since then I went with no substitutions. But the downfall of that is they didn't have either loaf of bread, which I was looking forward to because I was in the mood for some toast. So now I got no bread because they sent me the thing saying that there was no, they just must be out of the Dave's Killer Bread in general, which is fine. We don't buy bread very often at all, for one thing, because of the carbohydrates and stuff. And plus my husband is diabetic. So he doesn't even eat bread anymore. And we don't buy it. If we buy it, it's because I have a taste for tuna sandwiches or, something like that. So that's basically why I wanted a loaf of the thin sliced Dave's Killer Bread. But I didn't get it. So there's that. You know what else is always out of stock, which makes me mad? Stacy's pita chips. The ones that are cinnamon and sugar on there, those are always out of stock, always. So it's rare if I get a bag of those. I always try, but they're never in stock, so it doesn't even matter. I bought a bag once because I wanted to try them, and oh my goodness, they were so delicious, so delicious. And ever since then, that was the last of it. They don't have them hardly anymore. Well, they don't have them anymore because I've been trying for months to get a bag of those, and they're just not around. Who knows? Maybe they stopped making them altogether. I don't know, or maybe they canceled Walmart's contract. I have no idea. But yeah, the Stacy's pita chip. I must be hungry. I must be hungry because I'm only talking about cars and food, which is really weird. What was I looking for? Here it is, my wax. This piece of wax I've had. You love, so do I. So do I. Oh my gosh, yes. I am a bread. We don't even eat pasta either because that all turns into sugars for my husband too. So if I buy pasta, I buy the only bean or the one bean, and it's made strictly from beans. And that's the only ingredient. It's only made out of a bean, and it's edamame. So it's made out of those kind of beans, edamame beans. And I'll buy a couple of boxes of that, but that has to be ordered to be delivered because they don't. I try to get it in the store, and I can never get it in the store. So you can order through Walmart, but you have to order a case of them, and there's 6 in the case. So I just kind of eat that whenever. But my husband doesn't eat those either. He doesn't really like them as much as I do. Real pasta, of course, is the best, but these actually taste pretty good. One is made out of a black bean, and yes, the noodles are all black. That was a bit freaky to have like licorice stick looking pasta noodles. I still have a few boxes of those left because they're kind of, like I said, freaky to eat. I know, exactly. I can't believe it either. I was really, really surprised. You would just get a ticket here. That's what I would have expected. I didn't, but again, Niles. So that's the Niles police. That's how it works. I don't know why the Niles police are like that. And actually, if you go through, like when you're driving south from Chicago and you want to go like, Tennessee, Texas, whatever, you drive south. When you go through Pontiac, Illinois, if you drive 1 iota over the speed limit, I don't know where they come out from, but they are on top of you like fast. So when you go through Pontiac, Illinois, never, ever, ever speed. Always go 1 or 2 below the speed limit. And thankfully, it's not that long of a stretch. I don't know, maybe a 10-mile stretch or whatever on the highway. I'm not even sure if it's that long or that short. I don't know. But driving through Pontiac, Illinois, you take your chances if you're speeding because you will get a very, very high ticket going through there, and they catch you every time. So there's that. I only got caught in Pontiac once, enough to know that they do that. And then driving south quite a bit, there was always people pulled over on the side of the road. I was 19 when that happened because we were driving down to Southern Illinois University and for my sister because she wanted to check out the college. And of course, I drove like I normally did. And that was the first speeding ticket I ever got in my entire life. And I was only 19. One of my goals was to go through my entire life without getting a ticket for speeding or a ticket in general, but definitely not one for speeding. And that blew my record already at 19. So there was that. And the cop, he was funny. I mean, he was funny at least. but again, Pontiac. So when he came to the window, he said, "Do you know why I stopped you?" And I'm like, "Actually, no, I don't know why you stopped me," because I really didn't. I didn't think anything of it the way I was driving. And he said, "Well," he goes, "you were speeding. You were going over 75 miles per hour in a level of ticket." And I said, "Really?" And he said, "Yeah." And he said, "I gave you a chance." He said, "I followed you for 3 miles." And I was like, "Really? You followed me that long?" And then he finally had to pull me over. But I did ask him, I said, "What is the fastest speed?" I don't know if it's the same today, because again, that was the 80s. And I said, "What is the fastest speed you can go on the highway without getting pulled over?" And he said 74. So if you're going 74 and below, they won't pull you over. And I was like, okay. I never forgot that. Never forgot that, because that's what he told me. So I went with that. So there's that. Anyway, I don't know what other silly stories can I tell you. I don't know if they're interesting or boring. Honestly, I don't know, but just thinking back on some of this stuff is kind of funny to me, I guess. So is there anything else? Let me think. I don't know. What do you want to know? I don't know if there's anything you actually want to know. Is anybody crafting today with me? I know this isn't technically crafting. I know it's not. But again, I am really kind of hooked on these at the moment, and I can't stop myself at the moment at all. It's just the way it is, I guess. And sometimes when the color's like all the same color, you can go pretty fast. But I'm chit-chatting, and so I'm not really going super fast. But is anybody working on a craft today? And if not, what are you doing? I would be curious to know. And I don't think I got anything cold. I did not. I got spices and pepper. So yeah, it's sitting outside. I just want to make sure I didn't order anything cold, and I did not. So I can get it after I'm done here, because I won't be on forever. I won't be on extremely long. There's only so much I can do here chatting by myself. No, I'm just teasing. I'm just teasing. I got abandoned by Dusty. No, I'm teasing there too. Just teasing. It's okay. Things happen. I actually, when I went into the back on StreamYard, I couldn't find the link to get on. And I was like, oh my gosh, I know I created one for today. I couldn't find it. And for whatever reason, I forgot that the day that you're scheduled, it doesn't show the date. It just says scheduled today and the time you're going on. There's no date. So I don't know why I had that brain freeze, but I did. And it took me about 5 or 10 minutes or so to figure out where today's show went. It went nowhere. It was there the whole time. Oh my goodness. There's that. And I don't know. Does no, I guess that's not a thing either. I was just thinking about something else on what you call it, on YouTube, because I do like to watch auctions and stuff. And lately I've been, just watching them and not buying anything, because I have bought way too much stuff, way too much. So I've got a lot of goodies. It used to be get away with an extra 5 kilometers per hour here, but not sure anymore. Oh, okay. Oh, so that's right. You're Canada. Because kilometers, we don't do that. Yeah, if you're on a side street, they allow you like the 5. I could say 5 miles per hour. And I don't even like to do that. I like to stick with 4 or less if I'm going to go over a wee bit on the side streets and stuff, because the cops hide there a lot more than they do on the highway. On the highway, you can mainly see them because of where they sit. There has to be a real big tree on the side of the road somewhere for you not to see them on the highway. But the guy who stopped me said 74. So, like I said, I've stuck with that. Oh, I got to get an oil change. I just got an alert. My oil is on 10%, so it is time to get the oil changed. So, and what's really funny about that license story, Barbie, right now, the way since COVID, going to the DMV here, everybody all over the whole US, you had to make an appointment to go in to the DMV. Well, for whatever stupid reason, Texas still does that. We still have to make an appointment to go. I have been trying so hard to get an appointment to get my license before it expired, which was in May, on May 16th, my birthday. That's when my license expired. I have been trying to get in. And the dates on there that show up are through December, and some of them are to January already. And that's like in my immediate area. In my mind, I am still in Miles always. Oh, yeah, exactly. I would have a hard time switching as well. So I had you take the chance because they tell you go on there every day because somebody's going to cancel and stuff, but they don't allow you to check without first canceling your appointment. So I did that a few times because going in my appointment was in December. And I drive very little because I'm afraid of getting stopped because my license is expired. I just don't want a ticket for it. Basically, I don't want a ticket for it because it's not my fault it's expired because I couldn't get an appointment. Yes, I went there in person to even show up because I didn't know that they were still doing the appointment thing. I thought that was well over. And when I went there and stood in line, there was a line of us outside. They turned absolutely every person away and said you have to go online to make an appointment. I was like, you know what, this is stupid. So I did, and like I said, my appointment wasn't until December 18th or something. It was way over. And I'm flying in September 1st. I'm flying up to Chicago. I got my ticket already done to go by my sister. We're going to go sewing in Michigan and do some quilting. And I think I'm going to pop on here with Dusty on the Tuesday and Thursday or either or day because we're going to do quilting. We're going to use my brother's clothes. He passed away a couple of years ago. So we're going to use my brother's clothes, my sister, I, and our sister-in-law. And hello, little Lego. We're going to sew and cut up his clothes and make quilts for each of his kids. He has 3 kids. Did you get me? No, I can't find my passport still. I might just have to say it's lost and just get a new one. I still have not found my passport. And so I can't even go on the army base. My husband's going to go by my son this weekend to go pick up his car and, tow it up here or whatever. Well, not tow it, but, pull it up here. So I finally got an appointment. That's a wonderful thing to do. Little Lego. What's a wonderful thing to do? To get my passport? No. Barbie, I'm confused. I'm so sorry. I must have missed something. I don't know. But I was canceling my appointment and it looked like it kept getting further and further out. So I would put in my city. There was never anything. Like I said, it was all the way out to January already. So I thought, fine. So then I started putting in different the making of the quilts. Okay, thank you. Yes, that's right. I did say that too. Yes, the making of the quilts. Sorry, I guess lost it there for a second. So I will be on, like I said, in Michigan. We're going to be in Michigan. That's where my brother lived. So we're going to be sewing there, and I definitely will show you guys what we're doing. And so I got an appointment. I was putting in Frisco. I put in Plano. I put in Wiley, all the different little cities, like all over, even way up. They call it Salina. To me, it's Salina, but anyway, it's Salina and all the way up there, Anna, Melissa, and all those places. And then in Frisco, and I finally thought, oh my gosh, okay, fine. So I typed in Waco. Believe it or not, there was one available for next Wednesday on the 17th. Is that what Wednesday is? I don't even know what the date is. 21st, on the 21st. So next Wednesday on the 21st, Waco had available. Well, I don't mind, but I do. But it's 2 hours and 15 minutes from here to Waco. So I have to leave at 6 in the morning to make sure that I get there because I'm not getting turned away. So I'm going to have to drive that length of time to go and get my license renewed down in Waco because everything up here is booked until January. So there was that. So that's why I don't have my license because there was no way of getting in. And I tried to do it online. They won't let you do it online because it was too close to the expiration date. And I was like, okay, fine. So then I thought, well, I'll just go after. I'll just go, not after, but I mean, I'll just go in person. And that's what I did. And they said, no, you can't renew it. You have to do it online and make an appointment. I was like, you know what? This is ridiculous. So that's what happened there. And then lo and behold, it expires. And so now I can't do anything. And again, I'm driving as little as possible. So I don't want to get pulled over because I don't want to get a ticket for it. I do keep the piece of paper that you have to print out to show your appointment. I do have that in the car because if I get stopped, I'm going to say, here's my appointment and this is why. So, but again, I've been minimally driving. I don't like to go out much anyway, but I have been minimally driving now anywhere because I don't want to get stuck or get a ticket. Who knows? They might arrest me for that too. COVID did. It sure did. It messed up everything. It really did. With my luck, they wouldn't let me drive home. And then the ticket would not only turn into a ticket, but it would probably turn into a court date to prove that I got my license. And then also AFK, away from keyboard. Oh, I got it. I understood. Okay, that's right. I was trying to think of what AFK was. My son told me that years ago. I'm like, what the heck is AFK? And he said it's away from keyboard. It's a gaming thing. Okay, I had to recall some old memories here of my son playing so much when he was younger. So I don't want to have to get the car out of being towed because if I don't have a license, I can't get my car out because it's not valid yet. So it would be sitting there and they charge you by the day when it's impounded. So I don't want to do that. I don't want to risk having that happen because that would just be my luck. So sorry that I have to sit home and do my diamond dotting. Yeah, I'm not too sad over that. So I'm good with that. But I really should do something around the house more because this is definitely taking up my time and it's enjoyable. So there's that. Let's see, what other stupid stories do I have? I don't know. Can't think of any. One leads into the next. So that's how that all led together. But yeah, next Wednesday is when I go for my driver's license. And I'm going to take everything with me, everything. I'm going to even take my birth certificate because I don't trust them. Oh, don't speed. Oh, heck no. No. That's why I want to leave at 6 a.m. because it's a 2.5 hour drive and my appointment's at 9:30. So, oh, you have a cop story. You missed mine. You have a cop story. What is it? Oh gosh. Yeah, there's something else. But I'm definitely not going to speed on my way down. And like I said, I'm taking absolutely everything and anything I could think of that shows where I live and my address. I'm going to take my bank, the checkbook. We barely use the checkbook ever. Maybe once every 6 months to a year now. We don't use the checkbook anymore at all, really. But I am going to take that because that has my current address on it. I'm going to take bills with me. I'm going to take regular mail. I'm going to take everything that I could think of because I'm not letting them send me away. Remember how they say we're all innocent in here in jail? Well, I actually was. Yeah, that makes me mad when innocent people are in there. And oh my goodness, I think that is horrible when that happens because some of them just want to get a conviction on things. And to me, that's just sad when that happens. There was, I watched a video of a guy who got interviewed. Tell yourself you're taking your pass. There you go. Oh gosh, yeah. I'm still going to look for it. I'm not going to give up looking for it because I do want to take that with me too. And I really want to take it with me because you never know. But here to this side of me is where I have all of my crafting stuff still. I got a lot of it out into what we call my bling shed, my she shed. I got a lot of my crafting stuff out there, but I just still have some here to the left of me and to the right of me. And I have looked multiple times in the places to where I would have imagined I put it to keep it safe. And the last place I have is this corner completely right here. If it's stuck in some mail or something, I have no idea. So many innocent people being sentenced to death. Yes. That is very true. It started when you got pulled over for a broken headlight. Fix it. Yeah, mine was a muffler. So yeah, it started with that. The interview, that's as I say, the interview that I watched about the innocent I forgot. Oh, she in California, because that's where Kamala Harris was, um, the prosecutor in California. So this guy got arrested during the her prosecution days, and she prosecuted him. And he did make a good point. He lived in a place that was very poor, and nobody wanted to go there, and they just assumed everybody was evil and bad and stuff. And this guy, he got thrown in jail for a murder he didn't commit. And she they kind of withheld some evidence and stuff like that, part of what Kamala did, and got him convicted anyway, when they knew that there was still reasonable doubt that he didn't do it. And he was in prison for 6.5 years for this, and he didn't give up. He to that innocent project and stuff like that, because he was not guilty of it, and he finally got released. I don't know how recent it was. You did fix it, you got it signed off, and then you sold the vehicle. Okay. So I was very stunned that even as a prosecutor, she was a crooked person. I know politicians in general, you take the good with the bad, I guess, but I was really mad at her when I saw that interview of this poor guy. But I am glad that he got out and the real person did get arrested. They found the real killer. But yeah, exactly. Innocent people that get put on death row or get arrested for murders they didn't commit. I That scares the pants off me when that can happen. So when you prosecute somebody, you must be 1,000,000% sure that you've got the right person, because you can damage someone's life. And especially if they spend like 40, 50 years in jail for something they didn't do, and then they get out and they're senior citizens at that point, you've stolen their whole life. So yeah, I don't like that stuff either when that happens. It's horrible. But again, there's good and evil everywhere. It doesn't matter where you are, and I don't like that. I guess none of us do, but again, it's part of the way the world works, unfortunately. It's a good thing you sold the vehicle. You didn't get in trouble after you sold it, though, did you? It got fixed, signed off, and sold, right? So you were okay? I sure hope so. About 6 months later, you got pulled over for a routine traffic stop. Okay, you found out that you had a warrant for your arrest for not having fixed. Oh my goodness. Unbelievable. And 6 months later, yeah, for a routine traffic stop, you found out you had the warrant. That's really unbelievable that didn't have it signed off on. So somebody didn't put in the right paperwork. They didn't finish the filing, obviously, if you got in trouble for that. Well, hopefully were able to clear that up quickly. You wasn't, oh my gosh, for 2 weeks. Oh my goodness. Was that the actual sentence then? They said you'll be in jail for 14 days? Or did you finally, they figured it out and then they let you out after the 2 weeks? That's insane. Oh my goodness. I wouldn't even want to sit in there for 2 weeks like that. I wouldn't do well. I know I wouldn't. So it's a good thing that I haven't been thrown in. Um, I'm glad that they didn't put me in a cell when I got arrested for the muffler. My wife at the time went to the place to find out what happened. Okay. And that probably showed them that it was done. That's good. Did they sentence you to like 6 months or a year or something? Oop, there was nothing on that one. I am excited though to go do the quilting and put some of that up. Finally, they had to deport me to the city where it was. Uh-oh, here's the kicker. I'm imagining what the kicker might be, but I'm gonna see if I'm right. I don't think I am, but we'll see. I may be right on the kicker. As a police officer was taking me to the front doors. The suspense is killing me. Another came out and asked, "What's he doing here?" That's interesting. Okay, the police officer that had me explain the story. Okay. Do any of you watch my husband and I have just turned into suckers for this, but do you guys ever watch the cop cams and stuff and people who get arrested for like drunk driving and all that and um or for shoplifting, whatever the body cams are that people get. We've been watching those so much and it is just unbelievable what the cops have to put up with as well. I mean, they're seeing more of what like the video cams or the cop cams show you. Their job can really, really, really be hard. The one that came out and said, "Get those swore he doesn't belong here." Some of the people are very vile. They spit at the cops. They spit on them. Definitely fighting and kicking and all that other stuff. And they have to hobble quite a few. I didn't know that the cops had those things that to where they tie your legs together because if you're kicking them or not, letting them close the door and stuff, they have to get you in the vehicle safely. So they actually end up putting sometimes those on people to keep their legs together because they're kicking them and hurting them. It's really surprising what some of these cops go through and some of them the way they have to take down people. Um, to get them arrested that are doing bad things, it's really scary. It really is. They don't get paid enough. After us watching some of those stuff, yeah, they to me they don't get teachers and police and firemen and stuff, none of them get paid enough, which he did as he was the cop that came out and said, I'd be very surprised if he being me doesn't sue. So that's not what I was thinking though, because what I was thinking then you were gonna say is that the other guy had a warrant for his arrest, um, and maybe he didn't change the name on the car. You did have it signed off, yeah. And if he didn't change the name on the car, the warrant was out for you, and they arrested you when, in all actuality, it was him that had the warrant. That's what I thought. I thought that the warrant was going to be out for him, but not changing the name of the car. That's incredible that that happened. Oh, we're already at 97 today. Yikes. Yeah, we lost conditioning over the weekend a little bit. Um, Last Thursday, it went off on Thursday and I didn't know it when we were here. And I was so hot. I was just roasting all day and afternoon, evening. And I was doing housework after, we got off of here. And I was just sweating and sweating and sweating. It was terrible. You tried to find a lawyer, but no lawyer would take it. Oh, really? That surprises me that no lawyer would take it. Well, that stinks. Usually those are pretty good cases that they usually let the people, win and get some satisfaction. My husband came home from work Thursday and it was 85 in the house, but I didn't really even notice that. I just knew that I was really, really, really hot and I had to stop doing what I was doing because I was getting dizzy because I was really sweating and I was so hot. Guess where it was? Are you curious? Please don't tell me it was Pontiac, Illinois. Oh my gosh, I am curious. I really am. So we had to have our air conditioning fixed, and he came out on Friday night at 9 o'clock. And it turned out that two wires got out of those little caps that they screw on the live wires, and burned or blasted a small hole through the side of our air conditioning unit and just kind of shut off. So luckily it was an easy fix. It was only $100 to get it fixed. So that was a good thing. And then now we got air, obviously, but yeah, that was no fun. Let's see. Not quite. Well, my guess would be Chicago because I know Chicago stinks. So that's where I'm from. And getting the cops there, they're outnumbered by far. But they're not always honest or up to date. I could see that happening to where they didn't file it properly or even file it at all. So that would be my only second guess, besides Pontiac, where they're very, very sticklers. I'm waiting for the answer. That'd be funny if it was Niles, where the Bradford Exchange is. Yeah, the Ashton Drake galleries, the dolls and stuff, and all of the plant hangers, and that I forgot what the name of that company is in there. That has the wooden plate frames and stuff like that. All of that's the Bradford Exchange, just different names. Ashton Drake is all of the dolls and stuff, and no, it looks like in the Tool, Utah, Provo, Utah, Spanish Fork Jail. Tool was where I got deported to from Spanish Fork Jail. Provo was the arresting city. Really, in Utah? Wow. Spanish Fork, I never heard of that. I never heard of that at all. Provo I have, but not a Spanish Fork. Huh. That's interesting. Huh. Okay, 20 miles south. Okay, Spanish Fork. That's weird though. Oh, no, it's not weird because if you were suspended or yeah, you had a warrant for your arrest, they just happened to catch you and then they took you back to where it was. Okay, I got that now. Huh. Yeah, I don't know where Spanish Fork is. Well, Provo Tool is right near the Salt Flats. That I would like to see. I heard of Salt Flats. I wouldn't mind seeing that. And also in Moab, a lot of people go there. I've never been into Moab and never saw the pretty mountains there either, or whatever, the Moab desert and stuff like that. I've never seen any of that. I don't even know if I've ever been. You know what? We probably drove through Utah because we went to Idaho, unless we didn't go through Utah because it's not next to. That was years ago. Actually, my son was 6 years old when we went on that. There was a wedding that we went to that was in the family, and we incorporated the wedding into our vacation. up in Lewiston, Idaho, near the Washington border. And we did, Mount Rushmore, Grand Canyon, and Yellowstone Park, all the fun stuff. I guess we did a whole big circle back to Chicago. It was a lot of fun. Okay. Well, I guess it's just you and me. I think I'm going to go outside and grab every lawyer told me they wouldn't take it because the cops believed you were guilty. Yeah. Yeah, that would be kind of hard to win against. I could see that. That would be a little bit difficult. Well, I guess I'm going to end. I've been on for an hour and 20 minutes already here. And I'm just going to end and go about doing some stuff around here that I really should be doing and work on my little chicklets here. And that's about it. And then we'll be back on Thursday. I know Dusty will be with me, but 2 weeks. Yeah, that's a long time. To me, that's a long time. That's a long time to be sitting there. I don't understand why they had you sitting in there that long either. To me, that's way too long before they figured this out. And they didn't even figure it out. They didn't figure it out until you went back to the right police station. It is actually very good that they were able to recognize that it wasn't you, and they, you were able to be let go, because if they didn't, oh my gosh, that would have been terrible. They forgot to enter the info into the computer. Yep. It was definitely a clerical error. And look at that. It cost you 2 weeks. Those 2 weeks, I know it's not that long, but it's too long. They did get fired. Good. Yeah, 2 weeks is still too long for a mistake that you'll never get back and had to sit there like that. Yeah, I agree. I'm glad they got fired though, because that's a big deal. That is definitely a big deal. That's important paperwork. It really is. Anything to do with the court system, that paperwork is important to get done, especially for innocent people. That's a really big deal. So, Mr. Little Lego, I guess I'll be heading out. I have to go get my groceries off the porch. Again, thankfully, nothing was cold. And get on with my day and do some. I'm going to be looking more for my passport, and I'm going to start over here to my right and look through all of my like old mail and stuff that I have that I was going to use for crafting to do the signature pages. So I'm going to remove all of that and look in between everything to see if I can find it. But next Wednesday, when I go for my license, I'm definitely making sure I take the world with me. My wife at the time actually slept in the car. Oh, wow, really? Oh my goodness, that was very sweet. I would be petrified to sleep in a car by myself. I really would. That would scare me. I'm nervous about sleeping in the car in general. I don't know. Maybe it's just because of a Chicago thing, being raised there and stuff. But yeah, I wouldn't be able to fall asleep at all. I'd be up all night. There'd be no way I could fall asleep in a car. But that's sweet of her to stay there. Wow. I think that's sweet. So I guess on that note, everyone, unless there is something else you want to say, Mr. Little Lego, I'm going to sign off for today, and we'll be back on Thursday. Somehow she knew what cell was mine because she was right below. Oh, really? Huh. I wonder if they let her know where you were. That would have been nice of them. Maybe she did know. And oh, it's too bad they didn't have it on the first floor because, well, I guess they won't let you open the windows, would they, to be able to chit chat? But second floor, right below it. Huh. Well, I guess it is kind of safe to sleep in a parking lot of a police station, just because the police are right there. So I guess I'll be off. Windows are barred. Yeah. Yeah. That's for sure. And if, yeah, they're barred. They're probably sealed as a stationary window that wouldn't move. Well, I guess like, share, subscribe to me and Dusty if you were new here. And if you've watched the replay, that would be fantastic. We'll be back again on Thursday at noon. And I'm going to try to not work on one of these on Thursday. It was a nice Oh, that's good. That's good that it was nice, at least. That's good. Yeah. And I'm going to go back to working on signatures and stuff to be a little bit more exciting, because I can't see it being extremely exciting watching somebody put little dots on everything. So um, on Thursday, I'll do more of the signature making again and get back to that. And then this I'll do um, outside of here, so that you don't have to sit and watch me do this. But these little chicky ladies, I just fell in love with when I saw it on Amazon. So I started doing it this morning, and I just wanted to keep going, I guess. So there's that. Well, thank you guys all for coming today, and we'll see you guys on Thursday with Dusty, and then whoever else wants to join us, just let us know. We'll send you the link. Oh, she does. Did I say leak? No, we'll send you the link. She does the diamond paintings too. Yeah, I just started a couple weeks ago. So this is really, really, really fun. I'm loving it. Very much so. So I guess then that will be it. I'll see you guys then. Me and Dusty will be back. Bye. Thank you so much for coming. She's doing them. Oh, really? What's her channel? Can you put her channel name in the comments here? Lego Girl 1993. Okay. Thank you. I will find her. Okay, I'm going to go find her. And so Lego Girl 1993. Got it. Okay, I'm going to go find her channel right now and subscribe and see what she's got going on there. What does she do with all of them? That I want to ask before I go too. Does she give them away as gifts, or does she sell them? Does she frame them and sell them? What does she do with them that will make her happy? Oh, good. Yeah, no. I'm gonna subscribe right away. But does she do anything like that with them? Or just give them as gifts, or just keeps them? I want to wait for that answer before I go. She's going to have them framed, I think. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of like what I was thinking of doing with mine, because I so far have 7 of them done that I was doing the past 2 weeks. And then this is the new batch. This is the start of the new batch. I ordered 6 more. So this is one of 6 that I ordered new. So I haven't decided how I'm going to do this or what I'm going to do with them yet either, but I will frame them. That's for sure. But I don't know how I'm going to frame them. I was considering framing them, possibly using some costume jewelry too. I was having an idea. So I want to see if that would come together. And if not, then obviously I wouldn't do it. But I want to see if I can get that to come together decently and see what happens. Okie dokie. Well, all right. The little channel picture is of her. Okay. Got it. I will definitely go look. So Lego Girl 1993. I got to open up another, YouTube window and find her and subscribe. Okay. Will do. And I'll see you guys on Thursday with Dusty. Bye, everyone. Have a good couple of days.